Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist. I'm joined with hubby.
Okay.
And Happy New Year. Well, when it happens later this week.
Yep.
Alrighty. So hopefully everybody can hear us. I can't see anything because of the screen I have to use. And what we're going to do is we are going to work on Photoshop. So hopefully you can see everything moving around. Let us know in chat. I can't see the chat because I got the screen covered.
Got this.
So you're going to have to talk to me. So I'm going to put my glove on. I am drawing on a graphic monitor. I did link them down in the description. I'm not saying anybody needs to buy them. You can use in fact, let me pop up this here. So what I'm using right now is this. Alright, this is a graphic monitor, meaning I have a monitor right here in front of me that I can draw directly on and see what I'm doing, versus a graphic tablet where you can't see what you're drawing on, but it connects to your computer and you can draw on it. I do recommend these if you want to give it a go before the graphic monitor, because I mean ours is a 15.6 and when we bought it the price has gone up. We got it for $349 I think, and that's for the smaller one. So it's a lot cheaper to start off with what you're seeing on the screen right now in order to get started. So what I am going to do is pop over here to Photoshop, grab my pen. There we go. See, I can draw, move grandma around here. Grandma, in fact, I need to undo. Oops. I'm so used to having my keyboard with me. There we go. And what I've got is the first layer. I've cropped her because I know I don't want all of her on there. I know I am doing a 8x10 on basswood. So I'm waiting. There we go.
So
there we go.
Real quick, people in chat. Kathy Grimes.
Hi, Kathy.
Y Keith.
Why, Keith?
Y. Dot Keith. First name.
Hi, Keith.
Her first name is Y something.
Oh, why? Well, we'll just call you
So,
Keith till we know what it is.
But she's a girl. So, what did it say? It's Kathy Grimes, Andrea Tolbert, Teresa.
Hey, Andrea.
Karen.
Teresa, Karen.
Blue Jewel.
Blue.
Spence is here.
Hey, Spence.
Rhonda Worth says hello.
Hello, Rhonda.
Rhonda Hewitt says hi, y'all. Allison Ham, hello. Dawn Abbott's here, and Shirley Millar.
Hello.
Alice, wait a minute, did I just... okay, sorry. Greg is here.
Hey, Greg.
Marley S.
This way I can see
Sherry Cole.
Hey, Moritz, Sherry.
And that appears to be it so far. So, but we do have quite a few people here.
We do. Alrighty. Did I get Sheila? Hey, Sheila.
I'm assuming
Greg's here.
you haven't mentioned that later on we're doing the drawing.
Yes, the drawing is going to be after this.
Okay.
Alright, so what I've created, this right here is a new document, or a new file, and the reason I wanted to do that is I wanted the exact size that I want for, what sucks is you guys can't see the smaller screen that I'm choosing. So this is an 8 by 10.5, and what I'll do is I'll quickly actually bump this up. I can't see my numbers.
That's kind of cool.
I'm going to switch over to the mouse just so I've got my hand out. There we go. You can see the number down at the bottom. I'm trying to get the size right. That works enough. Can we move this keyboard closer because I'm going to have to like hit it.
Okay.
Please. Is the cords wrapped around it. So this is an 8 by 10 and I want this at 100 DPI. And again, you can't see the screen. the resolution at 100, because when I go to print, I need it to be the exact size I created it at. So if I create this file at 300 resolution, it's going to be a lot bigger than what I'm expecting for my wood. If I do it at 72 DPI or resolution, you okay?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be too small.
Box
So
back here.
100 is what you need on the DPI. So now that I've got that, we can switch over back to Grandma, and I'm just clicking these top tabs right here to go back and forth. That's all I'm doing. I do need to hit that and get off of it. Alrighty. So what I do is I can grab Grandma here and move her. Actually, no, I can't because I need a second layer. Let's add separately a second layer. Alrighty. So over here is my layers. I always work in layers. There we go. And now I can drop Grandma right into this and get her right where I want her. And I also normally look at, I have my guides laid out. And what you're seeing here is this is the rule of thirds. So everywhere these two lines connect, that is where if you put your subject, it'll be more interesting. Because if I have everything right in the middle, it feels unfinished and whatnot. And I'd like her eye closer to here, but that's not going to happen. What I can do is actually open up her old picture and readjust. That way I can see if there's some place I want her. There we go. Alrighty, so I can pull this, move it over here. Come on. I had a problem with this file. I may not be able to do it. Alright. What I can do, can I create a new layer? I cannot. So we're just not going to mess with that. Alright. So I can move her up. But then I'm looking at her hair being too close to the top. So I don't want that. I want to have space all the way around, but not have her in the middle. And she's not in the middle. Her side of her face is on the left side.
Oh, I apologize. My chat had froze. I had to refresh it.
Oh.
And so there's quite a few comments. Also, we have some more people joining us. So Marley S.
Hey,
says
Marley.
that the picture reminds me of an old movie. I think it was... Oh, wait, no.
Well, this was the 40s, and this is my grandma.
Oh, no. She's talking about chat. There's a scene in... I forget. I think it's Meaning of Life, where the fish all swim around and they pass each other and say, morning, morning, morning. And that's what chat's doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Kathy Grimes says, I'm fairly new, because Sherry had asked if people were returning or they were new. Moritz is here. Happy New Year, Moritz. I realize it's not New Year yet, but you're closer to it than we are, being in Deutschland.
Mm-hmm.
Val Daniels is here as
Hey, Val.
well. Bright Morning Star. I always forget her actual name, but you know
Angela.
Angela, that's right. I just have to think of The Office, I guess. Although that's not that's not a nice comparison. No comparison there, Angela.
Right now what I'm doing is adjusting so I can see. I am not going to fix this photo where the X is right here on Grandma's face or anything like that. I don't need to, but if you need to, there is what they call a cloning tool, healing tool.
Wish I had a cloning tool.
Yeah.
Okay. Marlise, not Marley S. It's Marley. It's pronounced Marlise. I will remember that. Sherry Cole says, Valarie, you look a lot like your grandmother.
Oh, thank you.
And I think so too. Very beautiful. Yes, Allison, I agree. Linda Forsyth is here, and Beryl is here.
Hey, Beryl.
Beryl says YouTube hates her today.
Aww.
More struggles.
It was Netflix last night that hated her.
Yep. And then Allison Ham wants to know, did you pick this photo for any specific reason?
I did. My grandma was a wonderful woman, and I miss her deeply. But he was also conservative around other people, but if he was around you, he joked and laughed and did silly things. And I mean, I remember the best memory of something so straight-faced. It was me and my brother. We were at her house for the weekend, and we're just sitting there watching TV. I think it was Wheel of Fortune or something.
How old were you?
Oh, goodness. I was 11, maybe, so Jason would have been 9. And Different Jason, yes. And so we're all just watching TV, and all of a sudden a Duralax commercial comes on. And it's a cowboy sitting on a stool talking about Duralax, a laxative. And my grandma, out of nowhere, just turned around and she goes, "This is a shitty commercial." But it floored us because Grandma didn't cuss, but it was so awesome. It was so straight-faced. So this is a side of Grandma a lot of people didn't get to see. Her flirty, fun, she could be mischievous. She had a lead foot and liked to drive fast. He was the original Will Ferrell.
Oh, I see.
I mean, there was another...
Tell Beryl that, because she doesn't like him.
Oh. There was another time, because Grandma always... And all I'm doing right here is I'm using the clone bandage tool to just kind of fix these lines a little bit. And what it does is grab information from around the area. And right now she looks like she got a scar face.
She does. She looks like a movie villain.
She does. But
that's where you get it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Aaron Smith is here.
And
Linda Forsyth. I think I already announced Linda.
Mm-hmm. She's our newest secret toasty.
Kathy Grimes says, "Wow, Val, that healthiness tool is awesome." I don't know what she's talking about.
The health clone tool that I just used.
Okay.
Spot
Michelle Davidson is here.
I'm here.
Says, "Thanks for the great tutorial. I'm most interested in the Optima. Looks like wonderful progress."
What I'm doing here is just grabbing. Yeah, I don't like it.
Barb B is here.
Hey, Barb. Well, I wanted to finish the story about why I mentioned she had a lead foot.
Okay.
So she had come and picked up me and my brother to spend the weekend. And we were driving back to our house, and for some reason, Grandma was driving slow. And it didn't make sense because Grandma just didn't drive slow. And to us, she was probably tired or whatever. And so we were complaining she was driving slow because people were actually passing us. And so she turned around out of frustration, and she's like, "If I'm driving so slow, I'll speed up when a bicycle passes me." And I kid you not, less than 5 minutes later, I looked to the right, and we were on the highway. I looked to the right on the service road, and there was a man on a bicycle going faster than her. And I'm like, "Grandma, you just got passed by a bicycle." There was some mumbling under her breath, and she sped up. She was an awesome lady. I miss her dearly. Alrighty. So I'm not going to clean it up as much as somebody newer may need the photo to be cleaned up. I can tell right here that there was a bit of light that kind of blew her out, but we do have shadow right here. I just wanted to get rid of that X. Somebody obviously used a ballpoint pen while this photo was underneath them. So what I do now is I create a new layer that has nothing on it. This is what it looks like. Has nothing. And I switch over to the drawing pen. And then I'm going to change the color that I draw with, because I tend to draw with blue. It's easier for the eyes to read. And I'm going to zoom in. And see, Grandma had light eyebrows. She always had to draw them in because they were always blonde.
Well, you can really see all the defects in the paper.
Yeah, in the photo paper. And I need a smaller tip. I'm going to go with 3, I think, to start. And I'm actually going to draw in the information I need. Now, the information I need is going to be different from the information you need. And I'm not drawing on our photo. Let me back out. Yes, I am actually. Shoot fire. I did not change layers. Good thing I caught that before I went any further. I hate when that happens. Alrighty, let's get on the right layer. And I know it's the right layer because it's lit up light gray. Alright, let's try this again. See, things happen. Things happen. So I'm just putting information in that I need. Let's see here. And this is a 3/4 view, which to me is more interesting than a straight on view. That was another reason I picked this. And this burning, my aunt doesn't have any of my art, and so I am going to give this to my aunt. And then I'm going to have family members yelling they want one, because that's how it happens. And so I'm going to have to make a print. Because I'm not going to do portraits for everybody. So Grandma had thin lips. Oops. Let me undo. I'm at an angle that I'm not used to. Let's see here. Let me erase this line that's wrong. Yep. So back my pen.
Marley's asking, so you're using that tool you showed so that you can draw lines with a pen rather than with a mouse?
Yep. This is so I can do this with a mouse. It's just, and I'm used to doing it with a mouse. This is just makes things easier.
The pen is more intuitive.
Yeah.
And
you absolutely can do it with a mouse. It just takes a little, and I used to do it with a mouse. Sometimes I still do it with a mouse when I need to do something quick. Alright, let's get... So, my aunt calls this my grandma's sweater girl photo. Because at one point, Grandma was a sweater girl. In high school.
I don't know what that means.
It was girls who wore...
sweaters?
Yeah, these kind of sweaters.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, he's 16 in this photo.
Oh, well.
He's still a kiddo. The following year, at 17, he will marry my granddad.
So, Blue is asking, is this how you started when you did your self-portrait?
I did that one a little different on camera. I showed you using a printout versus this. I'm trying to think. I've shown this a little bit on the fish piece, but not for the portrait. So just pulling the information I need.
Yeah. And
Oops.
I don't know. I think a lot of artists do this in one way or another. Since I work larger, I sometimes I use a projector or sometimes I'll use a grid or a divider. But I'll do the same thing. I'll just landmark the
this is just
the features
landmarks.
so that I make sure that I get the proportions. Because if you have the proportions right, then that's huge. If you have something off, then it's going to throw the whole thing off, and you can't really get it right.
My hand got in the way, so I'm going to use the mouse and just...
Marlise says the mouse is so hard.
And I just did that with the mouse, but it is hard.
Yeah.
I could also turn my photo, but it's going to get hard for you guys to watch doing. That's why I'm not doing it. It'd be easier if I stood on my head and did it.
So, not everybody has Photoshop.
No, you can do this in GIMP, and that's free.
And you could also
print it out
and use a light box or something too,
yep,
right?
You can. And I also, and that's what I'm showing in the self-portrait last year. Yeah, let's get that on.
Allison says it's even harder with a trackball. I can't imagine using a trackball.
Let's see here. So her eyebrows are right here. And like I said, he had very light blonde eyebrows. Like, he had to draw them in. People thought he shaved them. They were that light, but he didn't shave them or wax them. They just weren't there. They were so blonde. They were there, but they weren't.
Your brother is kind of the same way, isn't he?
Yeah, here's a blonde streak right here in her hair. Alright, let's back it out and see what we got. See, we're getting there. And these are just the main landmarks that I need. Again, if you need more, totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. And I can see I got the line on her side of her face off. And doing 3/4, you got to get the profile side, the edge correct, or it won't.
Yeah.
It just won't read right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I had to bring it in.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so this eye.
Spence is thinking of getting a pocket projector to transfer his. But you got me Christmases ago. You got me a digital projector.
Yeah, and that's what he's talking about.
And that thing is amazing because previously I had a. You see them in craft stores like Michael's and stuff.
I can't see this line.
And basically, you put the device over whatever it is that you're trying to project, and it uses mirrors to, like a 60-watt bulb or something to project it. But they're not very accurate, and your room has to be pretty dark. Your studio has to be pretty dark for it to work. It does. You can get 3D objects, which is kind of cool, but that's not what I use it for. But the digital projector is so much better because then you can just take images. You can use a memory stick and transfer directly to it, and then you can project it whatever size you need. It just makes things a lot quicker and a lot more accurate.
That's not right. That does not feel right. Let's see. No, that is not. What you saw me do is darkening of the photo because I can't see the information. Let's cut this exposure. What I'm doing is I'm looking for my darks. I can get rid of that layer. It's not. Oh, I was on the wrong layer again. Alright, let's take it off and try it again. So we got this dark here. And see, you can switch over the photo. So it looks like a copy, a photocopy. But, in fact, I can show real quick what that's going to do. Let me pull this, put that one back up. Let's see here. Filter.
Teresa, these graphics monitors They connect to a PC by USB, and they also have. Is there? I forget. Is it just a USB that plugs in, or does it have a power connection too? I forget.
Mine only has the USB.
Mine has a power connection too.
Yeah, because does it?
Yeah, it does. It's the same model. I think maybe because I'm.
Oh, it's because your laptop, how it's set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So see, this is a photocopy, and I want you to see. If you switch it over, and I see a lot of people doing that, and if it works for them, I'm in no way going to say don't do it. I'm just checking. Alright, so switching it over to photocopy, even if I pull out details, you can see how
I see.
How much mess, clutter there is to pay attention to. And also, in doing this, the lines are going to be thicker. So this one's not the best example. I've seen others where the line is really thick and people draw out on the other edge of the line, outside edge, and it changes and distorts the size of your subject. But that did just help me to see I don't need... Did it again. I'm not used to doing this. And it did help me to see I don't need the bottom lid information.
So, we are close to 30 minutes in.
Already?
Mm-hmm. I don't know when you want to do the drawing.
Let's see this one.
Yeah, Spence, I think in the long run, I think a projector is a big money saver. So
let's put our eyebrows in so I can see better. Our eyebrows are here.
That looks pretty good.
No, I'm looking at the shape of her left eye to see how, if I'm off. Because there's a spot right here that I don't know what that spot is. So what I could do is this and see what it fixes. Because it could be her eyelash. What information did we get from that? Well, part of it is me. Nope. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we have the base of the inside of the lid. This right here is the lid where that lash is set. That's what's throwing me off. Okay. And then, what do we have here? Because right here, these are cracks from the photo. And hopefully Aunt Sis will send me a better photo. She was going to rescan it for me. See, we have our nose is going to... There we go. This will help. Need this.
Yeah, Blue. Digital projectors they're really cool. And then, plus they're multifunctional because... I mean, if you're doing bigger projects, then you can work a lot larger. And then also, most of them, if they've got USB connections, they will also hook into other media. So
your phone.
So you can actually project if you wanted to have like a movie night. You could.
Oh yeah.
You could do a movie night like outside or something. You know, project it on the side of your house.
All right, that's better. All right, that makes more sense.
Oh, Barb B says lunch break is over.
Bye.
Guess I'll finish watching tonight. Happy New Year, everyone.
Have a great New Year.
Yes, please watch because we got to do that drawing, and you
yeah, I'm about to do it.
If you want, unless you.
Yeah, I need to go through all that. I'm looking for. There we go. I want these to go away. Alrighty.
Cindy Von Nostrand says, "I am contemplating a printer, but now she's thinking about checking out projectors."
For me, because I'm going to print this out on tracing paper. That way I can see through it and I can tape it right down. I'm trying to think what video. The lives, I did that with the bear, so you can see that in the first video, the bear. I've been doing it for a while, printing out on the tracing paper, so it's one less step I need to do. So for me, I don't need a new printer right now, and this was a gift. We both got one for my dad, and it makes life. I'm just putting some hair in before we switch off.
Gotcha. Marlies wants to know, what kind of photo do you recommend to start with other than a self-portrait? Meaning, what kind of features?
You don't want one that's too bright on the face that washes out. Like, look, it's like the top here of Grandma's photo. You don't want it washed out. You want to have detail in it. You want contrast in it. The photo needs to have clear details. Granted, I am working on a really old photo, and I'm just going to have to deal with that. If you're doing a modern photo, it needs to be clear. If you do 100% resolution and it gets fuzzy, then that's just, you need a better photo. You need the raw photo or the larger photo. The larger the photo, the better, because you can shrink it down without losing information. But if you try to enlarge it, it will get very blurry. And if this is your first portrait, and especially if you need a burning, you need the clearest photo you can possibly get. If you can get somebody at an angle versus straight on, that tends to be a more interesting composition. Not right, not wrong, just more interesting composition. I'm trying to think, what else? Color photo. See, I'm having a hard time because this is not a color photo. I'm having a hard time seeing the details for making the pattern. So if you can do it in color and then switch everything over to black and white and sepia, that's great. Sorry. And
I would say something that has probably better shadows that help define the face and the features, because the better contrast that you have there, the more easier it will be for you to, define what's what. Because if you have a photo or a subject that's kind of washed out, then you can end up wanting to guess, and that's not good.
Yeah. In that drawer that's right above you, there is a pack of paper. Oh, yeah, that one. I need this right here. Allison's asking for the best tracing paper. I just use the, make sure you can see me, Strathmore 300 from Michaels. I have to cut it down to 8.5 by 11. Which means I have to cut an inch off, half inch off the side to fit in the printer tray, which is fine. But this is what I use for printing on, and we use a Hewlett. I use a Hewlett Packard 8610 printer.
Now, if you're using like a light box, then you could just go directly onto the tracing paper, right?
Yes, if you're using a light box, you can go straight onto the tracing paper. Hey, David. Let's see. I'm looking real quick because we are gonna switch over here in a second. See if we have any final questions. Oh, yes. Save your pattern. Let's see here. Gima Pat. I'm just naming the file. That's what I could type quick enough from over here.
Oh.
Gima pattern.
You said Pat, and I was thinking Optima for some reason. I'm like, what?
Alrighty, that is saved. So that's where we're at. I will get the rest of that done. I have to sand my wood. I have to cut my wood, sand my wood, and then finish my pattern, print it out, and we will start burning on Grandma next week. I think we're going to, normally I would say start with the eye. No, we'll start with the eyes. We're going to start with the eyes. So now we are going to switch over. Let me get that screen up.
So how many giveaways are we doing?
We are doing 3 giveaways.
I will Do I need to annotate these?
Yes, please.
Okay,
that's why I left them for you. Alrighty. So what you're seeing here is going to grab the comments from the 3 YouTube videos that I asked you to comment on, and be subscribed to the channel. I have set it up so that it does not count any duplicates. So it's not going to count if you commented 5 times. You only get 1 chance like everybody else, and it should also pull me. Which I'm not including the replies, so that pulls me. You will have, I am giving, because I want to make sure, and with it being the new year and everybody out, I am going to give, sorry, I'm pulling the calendar, until January 5th for the winners to get in contact with me. And what will happen is I will send your name over to Pat, get in contact with me, and I'll let Pat know you're coming. And basically that's me verifying you, and he will go from there. If the winner was in a country that he doesn't ship to, I'm sorry, we're going to have to redraw. And yeah, remember it. Anything else before we get started? I would plague. Whew. Alrighty, so I have the YouTube video in. We're gonna get the comments. We have 71 unique comments. Woohoo! Alright, and here we go. This, I might want to say what this is for. This is for the Optima Dual 2 pins, 2 cords, or $200 Optima credit. Fingers crossed. Here we go.
Okay.
Go to the names. Go to the names. And oh, Neil. Neil got it. Neil got it. Yep. And he's already got one. So I don't. He wanted a lot of pins. That's what he wanted. Right here. He says right here. He'd buy more pins. Alrighty.
Okay.
So let's grab our next video.
Okay. So he's got number 1.
He's got number 1. He's got the duo.
Okay.
Alright. And see right here, this is a printout actually, Allison, of me printing from the printer, my pattern. So I'm going to grab this. We're going to switch over. And yeah. Hopefully I make sure I got that right. Alright. And we're going to get our comments. We got 66. And this is for the Optima 1 pin, 1 cord, or $150, yes, Optima credit. Are we ready?
Yep.
Are we ready? Let me get this better on the screen. Get right in the middle. And start. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Zero Light. I don't know who that is. They would love to burn a squirrel with a nut. That was on what you would burn in the snow globe, I believe. Alrighty. Zero Light. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get in contact with them.
Okay.
And if I don't hear from them from January 5th, you can email me. The email is down in the description. Find me on Facebook, Instagram. All that information is down there. And get a hold of me. Alrighty, and our last one, which was 2 pins, or $60 Optima credit. Let's get. I keep seeing the S. Okay, no, S is supposed to be on the end. Alrighty, get our comments. We got 52. Again, this is for the 2 Optima pins.
So this is the last one.
This is the last one. Are we ready? Can you drum roll, please? No, you're supposed to go. La, 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 la. I can't do it.
I want to do the drum.
No, you're supposed to do the other thing. Alrighty, let's just do it. Alrighty, who we got? Who got? Willowtails. Alrighty, Willowtails. And she did comment on all of the videos, so.
Willowtails, okay.
Willowtails. We got our winners. Congrats to Neil. to Zero Light and Willowtail. Get in contact with me by January 5th, and I will pass your information on to Pat, and Pat will get all your stuff taken care of for you.
Okay, so there's your list.
Got my list.
Right there.
Alrighty. So do we have any questions? Next week we start Grandma. That sounds bad. We burn Grandma. That sounds worse. That sounds worse.
You create art. You create art of Grandma.
We create art of Grandma, yes. Yes. Alright, so Neil in the UK, Zero Light. Let me know what your name is, please. And Willowtails. So I hope everybody has a very peaceful, safe, and quiet New Year. I know people want to party, but let's all chill this year. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will be back next week.
Thank you for all of your
yes,
likes
thank you.
And your interactions. It's
yes.
much appreciated.
Yes, it is. Do we have anything else? Oh, I didn't put it on here. But you guys can say it with me. You know it by now. Don't forget, you're awesome. You can do this. Why? Because you're a pyro artist. Happy burning, guys. Bye.